Good evening, everyone. I hope you can see me. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, and I think I got it right. There we go. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. I had the longest day. Couldn't wait to get back home so we could chat. This is your relationship guru, DuCré, from our all new interactive page, Romeo Meets Juliet. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I received a question late this evening from a young lady named Kara. She's from New York, New York. She writes, Dear JuLā, I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for about 2.5 years. And it seems like everything is always about him, where we eat, what we do on the weekends, even the movie selection. It's always about him. And I'm really getting really fed up. Although I love him, I don't think he loves me because if he loved me, he would consider me sometimes and ask me, what would I like to do? Should I stay with this man considering I think he's a control freak? I know that he has a good heart, but he never considers me when we make our plans. We've been on numerous vacations, and of course, he always pays. He pays for the hotel, he pays for the rental car, he pays for the food, but he never considers me. What should I do? Thank you very much, Kara, for writing us Romeo Meets Juliet. But it sounds like I'm hearing a little selfishness coming from you. Now, I've heard about women complaining about their man not wanting to spend any time with her, taking her to the cheapest restaurants. As far as going to the movies, that's always out of the question. Here you have a man who is always planning y'all's recreational activities without asking you. And you are bickering because you never get to plan it. Well, let me ask you this one question. If he decides to let you plan y'all's weekend excursions, are you going to be paying all the time? Are you going to be paying for the fine dining? Are you going to be paying for the movies, for the drinks, for the hotel room, for the rental car? Ask yourself that question. Sounds to me like you have a good man and he's just doing everything that he can possibly do to make you happy. Why don't you sit down with him one day and just tell him that you'd like to plan an evening out? Maybe a special surprise for him. It doesn't have to be his birthday, girl. No, it could just be a weekend getaway for two. Maybe a little retreat. Maybe a little bed and breakfast. Wouldn't that be nice? And you could pay it. Why can't you? Why do men always have to pay? When you rely on a man to always do things for you and you can't do anything for yourself, what you are showing this man is that you are a very needy woman. Do we have any men or women out there who are streaming live with us right now? Do you agree or disagree? Because if you disagree, I think you are definitely right on target with my thinking. I don't feel that a man has to pay all the time. I was raised with the thinking that men are supposed to open car doors every time you step out of the car. But when you grow up realistically, it gets to be kind of boring. You always have to wait for them. Okay, baby. All right, baby. Let me get around there. Hold on, hold on. Sometimes you might have to wait a couple minutes and, why can't you get out of the car and open the door yourself. What's wrong with that? It doesn't mean that you are a weak woman. It just means that you can open the car door yourself. That's all it means. Why can't you treat him sometime? I think if you have a good man and you leave that man over pettiness like that, you're going to live to regret it. Because the next man that you get, he's not going to consider you. He's not going to be opening your car door. He's going to want you to pay for everything, girl. He's not going to want to pay for dinner. And if you get dinner, you might get McDonald's or Taco Bell. Well, some women like Taco Bells. I used to when I was a kid. But as a grown, mature adult, I like my man to surprise me. I love surprises. And sometimes I will surprise him, like make a reservation at Morton's Steakhouse just because. Because I want to, because I'm so into him. Sounds like your man, Carol, is just so into you. You know, don't block your blessing. Don't block your good thing. A lot of people always hoping for Mr. Right or Ms. Right to come along, and that Mr. or Ms. Right could be staring you in the face, but you are too immature to realize it. You're too immature to realize it. So my answer to you is to be appreciative, be more appreciative, do something nice for him. If he's always doing something nice for you, you do something nice for him. You let him know that you care. You let him know that you appreciate him. Be adventurous. You know, surprise him. Buy his nice bottle of favorite whatever he likes to drink. If it's a red wine, white wine, whiskey, champagne, whatever it is, surprise him. Let him know that you appreciate him. There are hundreds of thousands of women today that are just waiting for your man. Yeah, there are a lot of women who are just waiting to snatch him up because you're just so silly about the little things, the petty things. Sounds like you got a good man. You need to keep him. So please let us know how that turns out. Write to us on our all-new interactive Facebook page, Romeo Meets Juliet. We want to know how that pans out. But girlfriend, don't be stupid. You don't want to let a good man like that go. Now, do you? We also received another question from an older gentleman. I think he's about 47 or 48 years old. He writes, Dear JuLā, I am married and have been in a committed relationship for about 15 years, but my wife is so boring. She never wants to do anything. You know, on the weekends, she just wants to stay home and watch Lifetime TV. Although I don't complain, I've tried to mix it up a little bit, but it's always the same old same. And I'm not a cheater. What can I do? What can I do to make my wife realize that we need to spend more quality time together? He didn't give us his name. He preferred to remain anonymous, and that's okay. You can do that. Well, what I'm going to say to you is this. You need to sit your wife down lovingly and let her know how much you have loved the past 15 years of your life with her and how much you are looking forward to spending another 15 years. Tell her that you can't keep going on as it is, and that you want the two of you to spend more time together, to do a lot of fun things together, to try new things. And if she's not willing to do that, then there may be some repercussions on the relationship. Let me tell you, women do not like to hear about repercussions. Women like to, I know I'm going to piss a lot of females off. And girlfriends, I love you. But Look, I gotta be real. Women like to dish it out, but most of us can't take it. I can take it. I love constructive criticism. I really, really do. But since 64% of our viewers and readers on Romeo Meets Juliet on Facebook are men, well, I have to be truthful. I have to say, for me to spend 15 years with one person, oh my God. Whew, I'm getting dizzy here. But to sacrifice over a decade of your life with another person, that is significant. And that person is worth you being honest with them, letting them know that you care, letting them know that you don't want to lose what brought you guys together. Just remind her what brought you guys together in the first place. Remind her about all the fun things you guys used to do. I don't know if you have any children or not, but remind her about all the fun, exciting things you used to do before you were married. And whatever that little thing you did, you know what I mean, that turned her on, you need to give her a replay of that. I mean, like a big dose of that, a huge dose of that, and make it feel like she's experiencing that for the very first time. And believe me, once she gets that feeling, I don't know any woman who would choose watching Lifetime, the haves and the have-nots, or what is that other Tyler Perry movie that I watch all the time? If Loving You Is Wrong, over a good man. Like, really, I'm scared to even think of that. I would take my man over a television show any day. Believe me. And I would, even if you decide to stay home with your wife, you can cuddle. You guys can do things together. You guys can cook a sexy meal in the kitchen. You know, like sexy foods. Get some strawberries, get a little whipped cream. You can even have fun with the romaine lettuce. Yes, you can. And once you've done all of that, I just cannot imagine. Maybe put some whipped cream on her toes or paint her toenails. I'm sure that a lot of you are looking at me like, is she crazy? No, I'm not. If you have a woman that you love and she has been faithful and she has given you children, your offspring, she is worth it. Or maybe get some kosher pickles, you know. You put one side in your mouth, she puts the other in hers, and you kind of bite it a little piece at a time. That's what you do. Or maybe when you guys are going to church, you kind of hold hands, sitting in the church, you kind of wrap your arm around her, you know, ever so gently, just a little bit, just to kind of let her know that you feel her spirit. You know what I mean? You can find passion in a church with your spouse. I'm not talking about anything dirty, because let me tell you, when two people are united under the eyes of God, God wants you to love. God wants passionate. God wants you to care for one another. God wants you to take each other and just consume each other. That is what you are here for. So don't give up. You know, don't give up. Just try to find another approach to let your wife know that you love her more than anything. But she's got to back her ass up from Lifetime TV. If anybody wants to go to our interactive Facebook page, as Romeo Meets Juliet, JuLliette. Also today, we are now officially running our rebroadcast on Romeo Meets Juliet YouTube channel. I'm so excited. And tomorrow, I will be broadcasting around lunchtime And I'm in Central Standard Time, so whatever time you're in, if you're in Eastern, I'm in Central. So that means that I am 1 hour behind you. And if you are in Mountain, it means that I am 2 hours ahead of you. So I just want everybody to love, and live to love. We only have one chance to get it right. One chance, folks. We don't always get do-overs. That's the reason why I decided to produce Romeo Meets Juliet, because we want to bridge the gap between men and women, starting with their mind. And perhaps they will find a more everlasting love. In the United States alone, within the past 10 to 15 years, the marriage rate has been going up. The U.S. Census reported this year in 2015 that more people are staying married today. And that's a good sign. That means that people are valuing love. Love, let me tell you, if you are sick, love can change things. Just imagine being home, sick in your bed, you have a horrible cold, and your woman comes to your bed with a nice bowl of chicken noodle soup. She's got some orange juice. She's got some grapes. Whether you can eat it or not, let me tell you, you're feeling love. Unless she's a barracuda and you're afraid she's going to poison you. But for the most part, you're feeling love. Yes, you are. I can't see you guys. I am going to be upgrading on the new iPhone 6 Plus. Yes, I did my homework today. I studied reviews on cnet.com. And it looks like iPhone is the winner. Do we have any iPhone users out there? So, folks, I've got to go. I've got to get myself ready for you tomorrow. But I wanted to let you know that I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. See if you guys can see what I'm wearing. I'm going to try. Let's see. Let's do this. Okay. Here we go. Can you see me now? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've got to go. And I'm not really digging this Android. But I am so ready. I've got my little nightie on. And I'm about to get in my love zone. So make sure that you go to Romeo Meets Juliet and that you click Like. I know you guys are watching. I know you guys are reading, because we are at 2,355% of people who are engaged to Romeo Meets Juliet. I'm going to blow you a kiss. And until tomorrow, love yourself. Have a great night, everybody. And maybe I'll be able to interact with you once I get the iPhone 6 Plus. Have a good night, everybody. Love you. I'm out.